What if someone loved you so deeply that he chose pain, rejection, and sacrifice just to save you? More than 2,000 years ago, in a small town called Bethlehem, a child was born who would change the world forever. He wasn't born in a palace. He didn't wear a crown of gold. He came into this world in silence, in humility, and in love. His name was Jesus Christ, and this is not just a story. This is a message of hope, forgiveness, and unconditional love. On a cold and quiet night, under a sky filled with shining stars, Mary gave birth to Jesus in a simple manger. There were no kings around him, no luxury, only animals, hay, and the soft light of heaven. But something extraordinary happened that night. Angels appeared in the sky proclaiming peace on earth and goodwill toward men. Shepherds traveled for miles just to see him. Wise men followed a star across deserts to worship him, because even as a baby, Jesus carried the light of God. As Jesus grew older, people were amazed by his kindness. He healed the sick. He gave sight to the blind. He comforted the brokenhearted. But what made Jesus different was not just his miracles. It was his love. He sat with people others rejected. He forgave sinners. He touched the untouchable. When everyone else judged people, Jesus showed mercy. One day, a woman caught in sin was brought before him. The crowd wanted punishment. They wanted stones. But Jesus looked at them and said, "Let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone." One by one, the crowd walked away. And in that moment, Jesus showed the world what true forgiveness looks like. But not everyone loved Jesus. Some feared his message. Some hated his truth. And then came the night of betrayal. One of his own disciples, Judas, betrayed him for 30 pieces of silver. Jesus was arrested, beaten, mocked, spit upon, even though he had done nothing wrong. The crowd shouted, "Crucify him." The same people who once followed him now turned against him. Yet through all the pain, Jesus remained silent, because he knew his suffering had a purpose. Jesus carried a heavy wooden cross through the streets. Every step was filled with pain. The soldiers nailed his hands and feet to the cross. And while hanging there, bleeding and suffering, Jesus said something that changed history forever. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Even in his final moments, he chose love. He chose forgiveness. The sky grew dark, the earth shook, and then Jesus took his final breath. For a moment, it felt like hope itself had died, but the story did not end at the cross. 3 days later, something miraculous happened. The tomb was empty. Jesus had risen. Death could not defeat him. Darkness could not hold him. He returned with a message for humanity. There is always hope. His resurrection became a symbol of eternal life, faith, and victory over fear. And even today, millions around the world still find peace in his name. Jesus never promised a life without pain, but he promised that you would never walk through it alone. No matter how broken you feel, no matter how lost you are, no matter how many mistakes you've made, his love remains. Because the story of Jesus is really a story about hope, a hope that never dies. If this message touched your heart, take a moment to reflect and remember, you are loved more than you know. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspirational stories about faith, hope, and Jesus Christ. May God bless you always.